Good morning, everybody. Right, welcome back to the channel. Right, come back up the woods today. Come up to check our squirrel feeders we put up 2 weeks today, I believe. So I haven't been back since we set them up. So I thought, right, come up here and have a look, see if the old squirrels have found them, and top them back up a week again. Right, I brought my wire rack HW100 back up again today. As you saw in the last video, it's all nice and zeroed in, ready to go now. And also I've put this sight back on again, see if we can get some footage through that as well, because obviously you're going to be shooting from a hide, so it should be a lot easier to operate just sitting in one spot. Yeah, so as you say, well pleased with that little scope, nice compact little unit. Yeah, well pleased with it. So hopefully the little squirrels have found the feeders and visit them on a regular basis. So I don't know how much wheat will be left in them, because obviously it's 2 weeks ago I put them up. But so I brought all my other bits and pieces with me. Bought this lightweight hide here. So it all unfolds, already got the legs on it already. I'll show you that in a minute when we get set up. I've got my bucket of wheat in there, my seat, obviously my shooting sticks, and the bag with all my bits and bobs in it. Right, yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to coming back up here really. So I thought I'll give it at least 2 weeks just to give them a chance to find the feeders, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there'll be 1 or 2 squirrels on them. But we're probably going to make a little bit of disturbance, obviously, when we creep in there. But what I'll do, just before I get into the wood, I'll get the old binoculars out and have a look at the feeder. Maybe hang around there for maybe half an hour just to see if there is anything moving about. Then we creep up to that old tree root that's been blown over, and we'll set all the net up, get our bag set up, and go from there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, might be a few squirrels about. Right, okay. Can I just say a big thank you to all the new subscribers? I've actually gone over 1,000 now. When I looked this morning, it's 1,002. So cheers for that. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done it already, hit that old subscribe button, because it just makes the channel grow. So yeah, well pleased to get over to 1,000 and above as well. So that's brilliant. So cheers for that, guys. Appreciate it. Right, okay then. So what we'll do, gather up all our equipment. Usual sort of routine. We have a nice slow walk along the edge of the wood. Just before I get into the wood, I'll probably put everything down and just observe for a little while the old binoculars, just to check the feeder out, see if that's being used. And then we'll go and set everything up and spend a little time at that one, see how we get on. And later on in the day, we'll move down to the second one we set up and see if anything's there, see if there's been any squirrels around there as well. Right, okay, weather's a bit overcast, a little bit damp, but it's not too bad. So yesterday, it was absolutely chucking it down rain yesterday, so there's no way I was coming up here yesterday. It's just too wet. But as you can see, everything's grown up now. Even in the last 2 weeks, all this cover's grown up, all the leaves have been coming out. And so down here's our the high seat. When I was here last time, I actually did get in there and prune some of these branches back. I figured out the seat's just in there. But yeah, I'll chop some of the branches back, this side and the other side. You can see right up along the edge of the wood over there now. And from there, you've got a nice view all the way along this, up to that gate. And also, when you're higher up, you can actually see over this hedge, along that grassy bank. It's quite a popular spot for the old foxes to walk through. So yeah, so what we do probably later on the week coming, now the evenings are a bit lighter, probably come over and sit up so we can get a fox or two, I reckon. There's plenty of signs around here, and also I've seen, every time I've been up at the last few times, I've seen a fox. So there's definitely 1 or 2 about. Right, okay then. Let's gather all the gear up and wander down, see if we've got any squirrels feeding on the old feeders. Right, okay then. Right, everybody. Mixed results really. I've come to the second feeder. You probably won't be able to see it, sort of trying to think roughly where it is, sort of in the tree up there. There's not a lot been on it really. And the first one I looked at, maybe a little bit more activity on there, but there's still quite a lot of wheat left in them. Something's been visiting them, but it could be birds, or it could be squirrels. But yeah, a bit disappointing really. It's been up for 2 weeks. I would have thought they found it by now and had a good old go at it, but not a lot of activity. Oh well, never mind anyway. So I made a little bit of disturbance coming in here, but I'm still going to sit here for a few hours, I think. because there's quite a nice open bit of ground here, so you probably get a few squirrels milling about later on. But it might take an hour or so for them to come back out, because obviously I've been walking about and it made a bit of disturbance. Yeah, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just going to get me, tighten that up a bit. Yeah, I've just got my net. Now I'm going to set that along the front here, and we'll have a little sit here for a couple of hours or something. You never know, something might come creeping along. Yeah, so let's get this net set up, so we'll get a bit comfortable and we're, you know, just have a couple of hours just sitting there. Probably see some deer go by and stuff like that, so another wildlife, which would be good. Right, yeah, I was hoping to come here and see those feeders a lot lower than that, but so they've been down 2 weeks. But oh well. Trouble is, this time of year there's a lot of natural food around as well, so they're probably not all that hungry, you know, for other food. I mean a bit late setting them up, I suppose. Really should have done it in the winter time, because obviously there's a lot less food about in the woods, and then they'd definitely be on them feeding a lot more. Right, okay, let's get this net set up, get ourselves sat down here, and just have a couple of hours sitting here in a peace and quiet in the woods, watching the world go by. Right, okay, let's get this net set up, and I'll show you in a minute when we've got all everything set up. Right, okay. Right, there we go, guys. That's all the net set up around here. It's not going to be easy sitting down here and shooting, so I'm probably going to have to shoot them up here. It's nice leaning on here, around here. I've got my shooting sticks anyway, you know, so I can move around different angles, and hopefully let it settle down for an hour or so, and hopefully some squirrels might come venturing out. But yeah, I say, I really thought they would have been in those feeders a lot more than that, but there's a lot more natural food about now, isn't there? So they're not going to be that desperate to get into them. But there we go. But we'll give it a couple of hours anyway, see how we get on. What can I do? Just going to try and show you the front of the hide without making too much disturbance. But we've already made a load of disturbance anyway, so there's a little walk down here. As you can see, all the vegetation's really shot up away now. It's really muggy. I've had to take my coat off. It's just quite close, really. Yeah, the reason I picked this place really is it's quite open ground, so you've got plenty of open ground to take nice clean shots. Right, okay, let's have a little look from the hide from the other side. It's not ideal walking about in here doing this now. Probably taking longer for things to come out. But, yeah, let's just have a quick walk up here a little bit. You can see this mud is absolutely terrible to walk on. Just so greasy. Right, there you go, there's a hide anyway. Try and get a bit closer without falling down these roots. So yeah, getting behind there. So when you're looking down, the ground's going to be behind me. So you shouldn't see too much movement. Obviously I'll be moving around nice and slowly, deliberately, try not to spook anything. Oh well, we'll give it a go anyway. As you see, there's plenty of open ground in here to take shots. And from the hide to that feeder is 20 yards. Because last time we come up here and heard a rifle in, obviously it was back there, exactly 20 yards from there to that feeder. So I've readjusted the scope to the 20-yard mark on the turrets. So that should be pinpoint accurate for 20 yards. And also what I'll do in a minute, I'll get my rangefinder out as well. Sort of range find a few other trees, make a mental note what ranges they are. So we get a squirrel turns up at 1 at 30, then I know what to adjust that to, and 35. But I mean, it's pretty close range here anyway, so you're probably not going to shoot much over 30 yards anyway, so which is ideal really. So it's coming into the hide from the other side. So everything's set up, ready to go. I was going to say it's probably going to take a while now for anything to come out, but I ain't seen nothing. I did creep in here quietly, I didn't see anything about, but the thing is, at the moment it's quite late in the morning, so they come out first thing in the morning and have a feed, sort of lay up a little bit during the daytime hours, and then probably be out again later on this afternoon for another feed. But also what I'm going to do before we go home, where we normally set up down there along that grassy bank I mentioned, a bit further around there's a lot of rabbits down there, so I think what we'll do at the end, we'll have a quiet creep along the edge of that bank to see if we can shoot a rabbit or two down there as well. So there should be a few down there now. Yeah, so we don't get on too well here. Before we go home, we'll have a nice quiet walk along the edge of the bank there, so we can pick off a rabbit or two, which would be good. Yeah, right, okay, so I'm going to settle down now, and for a couple of hours, maybe a bit longer. We'll see how we get on anyway, and see what happens. Right, okay guys, time to get nice and quiet now, see if anything comes out. Right guys, just shot a squirrel. Cool, it's been a long wait. That was been just over 2 hours to shoot that one. It's been hard work. Nothing's been to the feeder at all. I've seen 2 squirrels. I think that's the same one I just seen. Went over the top and come back down again. That's a nice shot, 35-yard shot that was, straight over. Seen another squirrel, disappeared over the top. That's been it, it's been really quiet. Yeah, but anyway, managed to drop that one up there, so cool for that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, alright, I've shot that one squirrel, but time's getting on a little bit now, so I think what I'll do, wrap everything back up, head back to the high seat, leave some of this gear there, and then I'm going to go up on that grassy bank and see if we can shoot a few rabbits before it gets dark. There's plenty of rabbits down there, so we can find a little ambush point, and we'll set up there for a few hours on the bank. Hopefully, we might get a rabbit or two as well. Right, okay, what I'll do then, wander over and we're going to pick the squirrel up. Right, okay guys. Right, so so it's just up through there, so let's go and have a look. Yeah, it's been real hard work, a lot of waiting about, but I was just about literally thinking about packing up, and I just noticed that squirrel come back down the bank. But yeah, it's not a lot moving about in here. Ooh. Right, let's go and have a look. Where was he? Sort of there somewhere. Well, down the bank a little bit. Where's he gone? Can you see it? Oh, there he is. Walked right by it. Make sure it's dead. Last thing is what's that jumping up, grabbing all your finger. Oh yeah, perfect headshot. Look at that. Straight over that one. Yep. Right where we aimed. Excellent. Brilliant stuff. Whew. I hope that footage come out, because it's quite good footage actually. Yeah, right, okay guys. Right, result. Got one. Right, okay then, so what we'll do, go and grab all our gear, head back that way, and see if we can get a rabbit as well, which would be good. Right, great stuff. Okay guys, right, let's grab all our gear. Where were we? Well, you won't be able to see it, the hides down through there. But yeah, nice 35-yard shot, straight in the head. Perfect. Right, okay guys, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, okay. I've come up to the corner of this field. There's quite a lot of rabbit activity along the edge of this hedge line here. You see like droppings, scrapes, some runs going in through the bushes there as well. So I sort of got myself on this corner. Hopefully, I'll get the old rabbit coming out here, I reckon. Soon get a rabbit or two from here. Yeah, it's a nice little spot on the corner. Usually a favourite place, isn't it, where they come out. The grass is quite low here as well, so it looks like they've been doing quite a bit of feeding here. And I'm pretty sure it'll be a good little spot. Still a bit early at the moment, but I just wanted to get here, get set up early, so we don't disturb anything coming down along the edge of the field. And hopefully might get the old rabbit as well. I've shot quite a few rabbits from here before, but I used to park down there, my Land Rover, use my Winchester Super Magnum. Used to shoot them right up on the bank up there, about 80 yards away. That was good. But anyway, we've got a little while here. It's nice to just sit in the sun and have a look around the farm from here as well. So, right, okay. Right, so we're all set up. Just sit in the corner here. Some nasty brambles here. I keep digging in my leg all the time. There we go. I just think I should have brought my net with me, really, put it here, but there's just so much stuff to carry around. Well, we're in there out of the way, tucked in there quiet. The wind's blowing this way. As long as we don't move around too much, I'm pretty sure we might get the old rabbit. Right, okay guys, let's see how we get on, see if we can get a rabbit or two maybe. Right, I thought, well, I'm just sitting there waiting. It's a little bit early yet for rabbits to come out, just have a little scan around really. Show you just part of the my permission. Spoiled really. Yeah, it starts right down there in the corner of the house. The hedge line runs all the way up there next to the road. One of our other videos, we're using that piece of wood, Z wood there, where we used to drive the pheasants out that corner. Push that end in, this end, flush the pheasants out there, the guns are stood around there. That's the main farm there, that's where we've done some rat shooting. And obviously the ground just goes all the way up into the big wood where we were before. And just there, that block of wood, that was one of our main drives down in the valley, which I've explained to you before. Yeah, it's a massive grade. This is only like half the farm. On the other side, there's another big lump like this, which we haven't even looked at yet. Just so much of it. I think it's nearly about 1,000 acres of ground here. It goes all the way down there, disappears right down the corner. We just walked up along this edge. We've got all that down through there as well. And obviously all this back here as well. It sort of goes round the corner and up on another bank up there. So there's plenty of ground here to shoot. Yeah. I'm lucky enough, I'm the only one that comes out here shooting. So we've got all this, goes up over there as well. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, very lucky really to have a nice bit of ground like this to shoot over. Yeah, the farmer, well, the owner and his son and grandson, they do a bit of shooting, shoot a few foxes and a few deer on here. So, but they're quite happy for me to come over, keep a bit of vermin down for them. Yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. So, yeah, I think they've got some beans in here by the looks of it. That might be worth looking at these later on when they come out. And the old pigeons might start feeding on them. We come over and do a bit of pigeon shooting. Get the old decoys out. That'd be good. Yeah, a really good day. Remember, mate, that wood over there comes down on that little arm over the other side of that arm there. I think we had just over 100 pigeons we shot there. That was a good day out, that one. Really busy. It's usually a nice flight line across that corner, cutting across here, and then they disappear over the top of that wood there. Yeah, lovely flight line up through there. It's a bit early at the moment, but as soon as this wheat and barley's up, and obviously the crops start to show, that's when the pigeons start hitting it. So hopefully later on we'll get up here anyway and do a bit of pigeon shooting, which will be good. So something else to look forward to. Right, just a quick look round. Yeah, it's looking nice now. All the crops are starting to come out, all greening up. Looks really good. Right, okay, right. Let's settle in now and stay a bit quiet, and hopefully we might get a rabbit pop out here. Yeah, I thought I'd just mention this. You can't quite see it from here, but up on the bank up there, we used to have some game cover, maize, big block of maize. And when we actually ploughed it all up, we found loads of old World War II mortar rounds, just the tail sections. So obviously this ground must have been used for training in World War II. So I presume they must have been firing the mortars from over the other side of the road, across here, and into this bank. So we found quite a lot of them, all up dotted about, all through the game cover. So honestly, you got a nice view from over there. You can actually see where your rounds are dropping in. So yeah, just want to mention that. I forgot about that. I've got some at home somewhere, so what I'll do, I'll probably show them to you sometime. But yeah, I found quite a few. So there must be loads of them all along this bank, probably out here as well. So I don't know, they must have been over there, firing them from over there somewhere, lobbing them across here and into the bank. Yeah, anyway, there you go, thought I'd let you know. Right, I don't know if you able to see this, but up there's a muntjac doe walking right towards us. A bit unusual to see that out in the daylight and right out in the open. You'll be able to see it on this camera or not. So, she is just moving through the crop there. It's been disturbed somewhere, it's come out. It just appeared from around the corner around there. I thought, was it a fox? It's not running towards me, but it's a muntjac doe, there it is. Yeah, a bit unusual this time of day. See it out in the open this far out anyway. Have a good old sniff round for something. Go the other way now. You never know what you're going to see there. Sit here quiet. This has got a young fawn in those bushes somewhere. It's trying to find it. Might be. It's trotting back the other way now. You probably won't be able to see it very well on this camera. Probably a little dot. Yeah, sniffing around there. It's going to go back in the hedge there or not. But it did literally come around right down the far end around the corner. Oh, it's trotting back the way it comes now. That's a bit strange. Right, well, there we go. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to come this way now. Right, there you go. Something different. Right, everybody. Time now is, what was it? 5 to 4. Because it doesn't get dark now till, oh, it's about 9 now. So I mean, if I'm going to sit here for, what was it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 an hour, 4 hours, you know, it's going to be a long old wait, I reckon. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a nice quiet walk along the edge of the fence line, back to the high seat, pick all the kit up from there. And I think what we'll do, we'll come up here the next couple of weeks. What I'll do, I'll come up on the bottom of the hedge there, up this side. I'll bring my camouflage net with me as well, what we used today for the squirrel shooting. And we'll set it up in this corner. And I'll come up here, say, 2 or 3 hours before dark. Then you're not sitting around waiting for so long for any rabbits to come out. Yeah, I think that'd be the option. I think what I might do, next time I come and bring me 2.2 rifle maybe, or me, I don't know if I'll bring the Winchester Super Magnum. It's a bit overkill really for rabbits. So that will bring me HMR 17 maybe, 17 HMR with me. So, because what I'm thinking, I'll be sat here waiting for rabbits, the chances are probably a fox will come along. So we've got the gun that can shoot rabbits and foxes. So I think, yeah, I think we might do that actually. Bring the old 17 HMR up here. You know, I shot a few foxes with that. Obviously, you know, it's plenty good enough for shooting rabbits. Yeah, I think maybe we do that. I reckon sounds like a plan. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll have a quiet walk along the edge of the edge line, pick my gear up, back to the car, go home and have something to eat. I'm feeling a bit hungry. But anyway, managed to get one squirrel. It's a bit disappointing. There wasn't more activity on those feeders really, but there we go. They've been in a good 2 weeks. What more can you do? You know, they're not really interested in them, I don't think. Like I said before, I think there's just so much food around now, and the weather's so mild, they're just not really under any pressure for food anymore. So, but that's all right. I'll keep them going. I'll keep topping them up every few weeks, or checking them anyway. If they need topping up, then I'll top them back up. Keep them going all summer. And come the winter, they're all set up, ready to go. Then we can have a proper go at the squirrels then. Right, okay. Can I just say a big thank you again to all the new subscribers. I'm over 1,000 now, 1,002 subscribers. So thanks very much for that, and cheers for all the thumbs up as well. And if you haven't done it already, hit the old subscribe button. So the more we get, the better it is for the channel, and that'd be very, very nice. Right, okay then. I'm going to have a quiet walk back. If I do shoot anything, then obviously it'll be added on to the end of this video. If not, and I think they'll come up next week, one evening. I'm going to sit down in a high seat and bring me a Winchester Super Magnum up and see if we can get a fox or two maybe down there. Right, okay then guys, cheers for watching, take care of yourselves, and see you soon.